At the Enterprise 2.0 conference in Boston this week, vendors and attendees mixed and mingled, with vendors pushing new social networking and collaboration applications, and attendees trying to figure out if they actually need them.
I'm not sure everybody does cut through the hype. There's a lot of tool worship going around here, but there's also a lot of good analysis on how some of the early use cases we've seen within enterprises and getting more mature have failed or have been successful. So using those and kind of looking through that lens at some of the coolest new technology that's out there is a way to do it.
Microsoft's podcasting kit for SharePoint was one of the new technologies unveiled at the show. It's an open source project built with SharePoint Server and the company's Silverlight.
So once you download the code that you install on your own servers, what you can enable is a typical YouTube scenario where every employee can actually browse or even contribute with content by uploading their own audio and video podcasts. So you can have some editorial that you can leverage for your own marketing purpose, the tag cloud, and once you click on a particular podcast, you can actually go inside the podcast landing page and you can start streaming through Silverlight.
Connecting enterprises through social networking applications was definitely a theme at this year's show. Companies like Igloo showed off its platform that can be customized by companies that use the software. Social networking startup Socialcast lets users plug a number of external web sources, such as the Twitter messaging system, into its application. Attendees noted that bringing social networking to enterprises seems natural.
My sense is that social networking exists now and always has. It's just never been systematized in a way that it is possible now. So, the technology is just an enabler to existing networks that exist. The easier the technology is to use, and the more quicker it can be adopted, the faster those existing networks and relationships will be systematized.
Showgoers note that the most difficult part of new technology integration may not be the technology at all.
It's not always the technology, it's the change management and breaking down those barriers of change. We internally did a lot. We've spent almost as much time and effort on the change management as we have the technology, because if we do a good job, people don't know what the technology is behind it.
In many cases, there are a lot of competing initiatives inside the company. A lot of people want to do collaboration in different ways. So it's actually a very Darwinian nature to it all. So you can't really start with a big project. You have to start with a small project, get some users in, get some experience, find funding, start on a virtual server indoors and all that kind of thing, and just fly with a really low profile until you have a lot of business data on it. Because a lot of people want to say, well, this is great, but can you give me a business case for it? What's the ROI for this? What kind of percentage can you offer?
Despite such integration challenges, companies should not underestimate the potential that these technologies have to improve the way they collaborate and do business.
I think today, we have to look at Enterprise 2.0, let's say, in the perspective of the technology is anyway, it's the ball enabling the persons to play the game together. And you can change the ball whenever you want.
For the IDG News Service, I'm Nick Barber in Boston, with additional reporting by Chris Kantarakis.